Yeah, Coach, you guys struggled a little bit offensively last year. What did you do this offseason to address that? And you got a number of SEC transfers. Do they
Yep.
factor into that, or how do they factor into this?
Yeah, no, it's been great. Obviously, last year we started with 16 new players in the summer. This year we have 3, so we've had all spring to incorporate those new transfers, change some things in our system, not overall style, but our system, and has allowed us to be a little more dynamic in the attacking third, and certainly paid off in the spring. Averaged 2 goals a game, and have created a lot more scoring chances. And even over the weekend, we had the same. We created a lot of chances. Got to be better in front of the goal, but it wasn't from a lack of chances. So we feel really good about where we are with the players we brought in, as well as some of the changes we've made in how we're playing.
Coach, what's the benefit of starting the season against such a good opponent, and what can you learn from that test?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's where we want to finish the season, right? We want to play those games in December, so let's figure out where we are early on. It's going to no different than playing Clemson over the weekend. It's going to help us prepare for not only what we're going to see in the league, but what we're going to see in the NCAA tournament. So I think it's right away we're going to know here's where we are, here's where we need to improve, here's what we need to keep doing. So that's why we're here, to compete for national championships. So let's see where we are straight away.
Building off that, what's the benefit of having an exhibition match against a high major opponent already in the books?
Yeah, I think it's good in terms of our 2 preseason games, one against Chattanooga, forced us to look at what we do without a lot of pressure. And then coming against Clemson, obviously a team that's going to come out and press us, be organized. I think the balance of those 2 has, again, helped our preparation for what we're going to see throughout the non-conference portion and within the league. So feel really good about how that went, as well as the training sessions we had leading up to it. Gives us more time and game experience in the back half of us being under pressure there, but also breaking teams down that are organized and put a lot of numbers behind the ball. So I think it really helped us make sure we're checking all the boxes in and out of possession.
I think Tim Howard's daughter is on the team. What do you see sort of the traits there that she came up in the sport at an elite level, or at least saw that, and just what was the recruiting process for her?
Sure. No, Allie's been tremendous, along with all of her classmates. So Finn Abbey, Miley, and Morgan being here in the spring. But she's been around the game at a high level. Obviously, her dad played at a high level, different positions, so different attributes. But she's got a unique sense of the game and does a great job up top of bringing others into the game, and knows who she is as a player. And I think she's obviously had a pretty important mentor that's helped her through that. But she's been really good at stepping into a challenging environment here, and has really fit in well with her teammates on and off the field, as well as her whole class. So they've been great throughout during the recruiting process. It's no different than we do with anybody else. Obviously, her dad's accomplished a lot, being in the Hall of Fame and World Cups and playing at the highest level in the biggest games. So he's seen it all. He's been around it all. He understands and trusts our process, and I think that's important for him, obviously, to put his daughter in an environment that feels like she can grow, as all of our players. Parents want them to be in an environment where they're going to grow, they're going to compete for championships. And it was I don't say it was a different process. It was the same process, just with a different dad. But he's a tremendous human being, fully supportive of what we're doing here, and fortunate to have him a part of Vol Nation, our family. Yeah, he was here over the weekend. He's around. Yeah, he's involved, and just like any other parent, he's involved, and obviously he's got a little different background, but no, he's involved just like all of our parents, who are incredibly supportive of their daughters and our team. So yeah.
Coach, back to your returning roster, who do you see take a big jump in leadership from last year to this year already?
Good question. I think our leadership within the team's been pretty similar, with Mac, Allie, and Allie in terms of really leading the team. But we've had some younger players step up, and we've talked a lot about, as a team, all of our players have to be leaders at times on the field, right? We all have to be able to communicate, give information, receive information. But our overall structure hasn't changed. But empowering our younger players, again, talking about, we had 16 new players last year. Well, those are all returning players this year, so they're able to help lead. And I think Our team has certainly grown together over the course of the spring. They trust one another. They're willing to give information to one another. They're willing to hold each other accountable and what our standards needs to be. And I've been really proud of all of them, whether they're freshmen or returners, being able to demand what we need from one another to be successful. So Luch has stepped up. Keaton Mitchell stepped up vocally in that. Certainly Allie, Sheridan, Leah. We've had a lot of players step up with their voices. Jenner Stayer has done a good job on the field. She's always been consistent for us, but has raised her level. So we've had a lot of players step up. That's why we had a really successful spring and feel like that's going to be a really great springboard for us going into the fall. Okay, thanks guys.